are eating you up in the comments. Everybody appreciates you. They respect what you've done, what you're still doing, and how you've made it out. You took it out the mud.
I appreciate that. Good morning to everybody that's on the live. It feels good to getting up in the morning and coming on Miss Jones live and hear Miss Jones tell me she loved me and then all the nice comments. I said, this is a good start to my day.
And then we go right into the fuck shit with T.I. and 50.
Fact. Well, first of all, let me say this because I love to come up and talk my shit. So we definitely gonna schedule a time for me to come up, cam up, so that people could actually see me. And I'm excited to come on your show and be able to rock with you on this live show because I like to talk my shit too, Miss Jones.
Yes. And listen, I've been watching you move around, and I feel like. Did you ever feel, and this is just, I don't want to get into a full interview, but did you ever feel throughout the years that you went through all that you went through, and maybe you couldn't tell the world what exactly you had endured while being in that institution, right, of Bad Boy, but you knew that once somebody found out what y'all really was all going through, that you could be free and you could move forward and you could be appreciated and honored and loved as you were supposed to?
Absolutely. Like, a lot of people don't understand because if they wasn't there, you won't get it. But there was a time where it was gatekeeping. There was people in position that could actually push a button and shut you down. So definitely for years, I couldn't talk, not to the public, maybe to a friend of mine or somebody like that, but they can't really understand it. People don't know. It's like, the bully, somebody standing up to the bully, and then everybody is like, yeah, we're going to jump you. And, that's just what it is, really. And so definitely, I'm excited that I'm at this stage in my life. I'm still here. I'm still alive to be able to tell my story, the good and the bad, because for me, it wasn't all bad. I'd be captain to say that it was all bad. But it's pros and cons to everything, and I'm happy that I get a chance to tell it.
Wow. We're happy that we're going to get a chance to hear it. And I'm happy that you made it through because some of your counterparts, they rebounded in other areas. Do you ever speak to any of the other band members, even not from your show, but maybe from the boys?
I speak to everybody from my group. Shout out to the band, DABAND, right? I'm the glue. I will say that. Even when they not talking to each other, I speak to everybody. I'm definitely in contact with members of Danny B. Kane and Day 26. Shout out to Aubrey. That's my YT sis. And, I'm in contact with them. I like to say we still a unit. Making the band was a franchise. So one group went through something, the next group, and then the next group. But I will say I'm the glue, kind of like the mom. And I'm the only one from my group that speak to any of the members from Danny B. Kane and Day 26.
Wow, that's important. That means that not only are we looking at you like you are the mama bear, but they hold you in that type of regard too. In your conversations with them, have any of them expressed any sadness about Diddy's situation, or perhaps wanting to reconnect with him or go and visit him and either get shit off their chest to him now, or maybe do more business?
Well, everybody walk in different spaces in their life, so everybody got different feelings, right? Like, people, if you go online, you on YouTube, you could search, you could see Fred talking this shit, Dylon, Ness, all of them has expressed how they feel. Day 26, they did interviews expressing how they feel. Aubrey O'Day been talking for years. So they're out there expressing how they feel. Some people are upset. Some people, they taking the L's on the chin and decided to keep moving. So everybody got all these different emotions. But I'm working on getting everybody together because that's one thing to this day, we all haven't been in the same space with each other. So I'm working on putting that together. And I'm going to be making some announcements soon because, I am, first of all, let me tell y'all, I'm an independent filmmaker. That's what I have merge over to. And so I'm putting this together for the fans, the supporters over the years that want to know what's going on. And so I'm going to need the support from the people to help me get this off the ground. But that is the goal, to get everybody in the same space.
I love this. I really love this for you. And I feel like you were supposed to be, you were in that house for this very outcome and for this very day. I hope, my wish is that you do a making of this reunion and whatever the project's going to be. Please get all the footage. I want to see niggas pulling up for the first time and the interaction. I did that with 90s Girls. When we first came to do our first concert, I got all the footage of us pulling up. Some girls didn't even know each other through all these years. So please get all of the.
Yes, Jonesy, you know I need all of that footage. But its history needs to be made again. You know, we don't, if you look at the show, Diddy, you know, he was the label. But if you really look at the show, he wasn't really in the show that much. It was us. You know what I'm saying? We were real artists. Like, we really went out there and performed and did music. I didn't have no writers. I wrote all my shit. Like, that is my intellectual property. So that was really me. I was an artist before making the band. I was on the road. I was doing shows. I was in the studio. Shout out to Granddaddy IU. Rest in peace to him, because he was helping me push my music and get my stuff off the ground. So this was my real life. It wasn't like, oh, I came on this show because reality TV was brand new back then. It wasn't like it is today. We didn't know what we was walking into besides we're going to get a deal on Bad Boy. I went to get a deal on Bad Boy. I didn't go to be on reality TV.
So in hindsight, you know, and I'm watching all these documentaries now coming out, like America's Next Top Model. Do you feel like your experience mirrored that? And if so, does it mirror it just because y'all were the first of those type shows? Or do you think that this is the core of the modeling business, the music business?
I think that Making a Band was different from any of these shows. If anything, I'm going to compare to America's Top Model would be our first season, because our first season was a competition format. Like America's Next Top Model, they had 20-something seasons, but each season was a competition throughout the whole season, and it was one girl standing. We only competed the first season. Once we made the band, it was up. We was recording the album. We was on the road. We doing interviews. Like, we outside. It was not competing for second season, third season. So I can't compare nothing but that first season. I know what that feels like, to be put in a space with all of these people and competing for your spot. But, you know, we was different because they was picking 6 people instead of 1. So I got a chance to get up in that spot. And what was different from us is that it was guys and girls. I wasn't in a girl group. I wasn't in a house full of women. I was in a house with women and men.
I'm glad that you still have the relationships with everybody, because some of them have had very complicated lives since they left the band. Has anybody ever reached out to you during those years for help, and not, if not financial, just like spiritual, like how did you readjust, or what are you doing, or what do we do now?
Yeah, like I'm always checking on everybody mental. It's something that all of us went through. Only us that went through it could truly understand it. Hence the reason why I decided to do this documentary, because it's different from me sitting with you, Jonesy, and I could tell you what happened. You wasn't there. You can't combat what I'm saying. You can't be like, oh, remember that time, spark up a memory. Like, when I'm not talking to my band members, it's a conversation rather than a interview, right? So we have these deep conversations. We all have to check on each other mental. Everybody's walking around with some type of PTSD. Like, even though it's years later, but it was not something that we could get away from, because it's always there in our face. You know, I think for me, it was different. I'm from New York City. So, you know, me being from New York, I'm just hard. You know, I'm from Brooklyn. I'm hard. I got to grind. I got to get it. And regardless of what happens, I got to get up and keep pushing. That's just all that I know. But They weren't raised in the town. They're not from New York. Not saying people from other towns is not strong, but everything was there for me. I'm in the Mecca. I could go to the radio station. I could pull up on the DJs. I could go to the club. Everybody's in New York. So it was different for me to be able to keep pushing.
That's ethic. That was New York work ethic. We're used to getting it from the mud. That's what I mean when I say you're the first, in my opinion, the first girl that looked like us around our age that got on TV that made something out of the mud.
Yeah, I did that. Shout out to me. Shout out to me.
Real talk. You didn't have at first. We know. You got it from the mud, and that's why this crown is yours. When I see you, and listen, people want to know how they can support you. So, do you have a Cash App, a Zelle, a Venmo, or anything?
Yeah, I do have Cash App. My Cash App is Brooklyn Babs 718. That is my Cash App. But you can also support me by following me. You know, my social media is Brooklyn Babs. Please follow me. My YouTube is at Brooklyn Babs 1718. Subscribe because I want to start going live. I want to follow in the footsteps of Miss Jones. I was doing a live show before and it did great, but it's time for me to do it myself. And you know, hopefully I could get some tips and you know, some wisdom from Miss Jones to know how to move in this lane over here. But I want to talk to the people too. And so just follow me. That's support for me. But you know, if you want to support me with some cash, that's always good too. But the love and the following is nothing better than that. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm working with AI. I do this short called Beeper Days. If you follow my Instagram, I already put out episode 3, and you know, just follow what I'm doing and support whatever I'm doing, and that's enough for me, really.
And is there no more Queen of the Ring, or are you gonna tell us what's going on?
Oh yes, Queen of the Ring is still there. I took a break to work on these documentaries. I'm actually dropping the first documentary about Queen of the Ring and my prom night event that I do every other year. Well, if y'all don't know, I have an all-female battle league called Queen of the Ring. It was the first all-female battle league ever in the world, and the #1 female battle league in the world. I've been doing it for over a decade. I done changed lives, made history, put chicks on. Your favorite battle rapper, if she's a female, she definitely came from my platform. And so I'm going to continue to put the girls on. The next event won't be until later on this year. But like I said, if you follow me, then you know you'll be in tune and you'll see when I'm coming back outside to put on for the girls. But I've been giving it up for the ladies for over a decade now. So that's what I've been doing as well.
I love this for you. And this whole space, I haven't mastered it. Honestly, when you were doing bacon, egg, and cheese, you guys were my inspiration because I had been home and I didn't know how to enter in. So we can exchange ideas. But I want to ask you, I'm relaunching with a big machine behind me. I'm relaunching Pink Champs. Would you be my first guest?
Yes, Jonesy, I want to be your first guest. And when you get a co-host, holler at me too. Because, girl, if I could co-host a show with Miss Jones, listen, y'all, closed mouths don't get fed. So you just got to put things in the universe, right? So I'm putting this in the universe. So I'm going to come on as a guest, but I'm going to do my one too. So they might be like, yo, Jonesy, you and Baz will be the shit together, right? And then I could be up there co-hosting, you know?
I love that. I am not opposed to that. I don't play well with others, but you probably don't either. So we might be a thing. We might be a motherfucking blueprint, bitch.
Listen, bitch, it's about respect because I don't really play well with others if they don't have respect. I have respect for you, Jones, and I also know that what we will be doing is what we will be doing. I will never lose respect for you. You are the GOAT. So I feel like because of my respect for you, we will be okay.
I agree. All right. So we'll get this thing moving off the scenes. But right now, and thank you for even wanting to be a co-host. That's a great idea. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Let's, and we're gonna also do it here. But I want to save you for my pink champs, and call me if I can ever be support, a marketing tool, a sisterly ear. Because I'm a vault. I don't be telling. That's how I've lasted this
long. Yes. I definitely need to have this sister conversation with you for real. So I said I'm going to hit you off this live. But before I go, I just want to tell everybody thanks for the support, not only for me, but supporting Miss Jones. Like, she giving me a crown for me, but I'm going to always give her flowers. She paved the way for a lot of people that's in the lane that she's in. And so for her to even talk to me is amazing to me. I don't care how she feel about it. Like, girl, please, that's just how I feel, because I have that level of respect. I was listening to her. I was watching her before radio when she was singing, okay? So at the end of the day, I love Miss Jones, and I thank y'all for loving her too and getting up in the morning and support her and share the live. Do all of that. Tell everybody to come outside, because the GOAT is outside, okay? Let them know the GOAT is outside.
Thank you, Babs. I respect you and I love you and I appreciate you. And I know you got to go, but this is always your home. Thank you for sharing with us this morning. And we're going to follow you on all things.
Yes, follow me, y'all. Brooklyn Babs. I'm outside, y'all. We be in touch soon. And Jones, I'm going to hit you later.
Yes. Brooklyn Babs. You know who did it?